great-grandfather moved here in 1862, and he owned Wyoming's first opera house. It was called the Old Blue Front, and in 1870, old Louisa Grimmer Swain cast the first women's ballot in any free election in the world, and that is why Wyoming is the equality state. So, what I want to do is reestablish my bar business as Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium. You know, I want to have a pool hall, a gift shop, a restaurant, do all that stuff. Oh, every night's ladies' night. So, Fireside is the first step towards Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium.
So, what about the night Matthew Shepard was here?
We had karaoke that night. 20 or, I don't know, maybe 30 people here. Matthew Shepard came in, sitting right where you're sitting. And, yeah, hanging out. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody, you should talk to Matt Galloway. He was the kid that was bartending that night. You'd have to meet him. His character stands for itself. Hey, is Galloway bartending tonight?
Okay, I'm going to make this brief, quick, get it over. But it will be everything. Factual. Just the facts. Here we go. 10 o'clock, I clock in, usual time, Tuesday nights. 10:30, Matthew Shepard shows up. Alone, sits down, orders a Heineken.
Philip Reed, friend of Matthew Shepard.
Matt liked to drink Heineken and nothing else. Even though it was $9.50 for a six-pack, it was his beer of choice.
So, what can I tell you about Matt? If you had a bar with 100 customers just like him, it'd be the most perfect bar I've ever been in. And nothing to do with sexual orientation. Absolute mannerisms, manners, politeness, intelligence, taking care of me as it tips, everything. Conversation, dress nice, clean cut. Some people you just know, sits down, please, thank you, offers intellect, within their intellect. He just kicks it over there, didn't seem to have any worries or like he was looking for anyone, just seemed to enjoy his drink and the company around. Now, approximately 11:45, 11:30, Aaron McKinney. I didn't know their names at the time, but they're the accused. They're the perps, they're the accused. They walk in just very stone-faced, dirty, grungy, rude, gimme, that type of thing. They walk up to the bar and, as you know, paid for a pitcher with dimes and quarters, which, that's something you don't forget. You don't forget that. $5.50 in dimes and quarters, that's a freaking nightmare. Now, McKinney and Henderson, they didn't seem intoxicated at all. They came in, they ordered a beer, and took the pitcher with them back into the pool room there, and kept to themselves. Next thing I knew, about a half hour later, they were sort of walking around, no beer. And I remember thinking to myself that I'm not going to ask them if they want another one, because obviously they just paid for a pitcher with dimes and quarters, and I got a real good feeling they don't have any more money.
Romaine Patterson.
Money meant nothing to Matthew, because he came from a lot of it. And he would hand over his wallet in 2 seconds, because money meant nothing. His shoes might have meant something. They could say it was a robbery. I don't buy it for even an iota of a second.
A few moments later, I look over and McKinney and Henderson were talking to Matthew Shepard.
Aaron said that a guy came up to him and said that he was gay and wanted to get with Aaron and Russ.
Kristen Price, girlfriend of Aaron McKinney.
And that he got aggravated with it and told him he was straight and didn't want anything to do with it.
Is someone tapping their feet or something up there? I'm hearing thump, 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 thump. Yeah, banging feet, stop, go.
He said that's when he and Russell decided to go to the bathroom to pretend they were gay to get him in the truck and rob it.
Okay, no. They stated that Matt approached them, that he came on to them. I absolutely, positively disbelieve and refute this 100%. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why. 1, character reference. Why would he approach them? Why them? He wasn't approaching anybody else in the bar. They say that he's gay, that he's flaming gay. He's going to come on to people like that? He never came on to me. Hello? He's going to come on to them? I don't believe it. 2, territorialism is the word I will use for this. And that's the fact that Matthew was right there. McKinney and Henderson were back there in the pool area. Upon their first interaction, they were in Matt's area, and in the area that Matt had been seen all night. So who approached who by that?
Well, Matt was the kind of person, like, he would never not talk to someone for any reason. I mean, if someone started talking to him, he'd just be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He never had a problem with striking up a conversation with anybody.
Knowing how lonely Matt felt sometimes, and how gullible he would have fallen for this. The fact that he was alone just made him an easier target.
So, the only thing is, and this is what I'm testifying to, because, I mean, I'm basically the key eyewitness in this, so. Basically what I'm testifying is that I saw Matthew leave. I saw two individuals leave with him. I didn't see their faces, but I saw the back of their heads. Now, at the same time, McKinney and Henderson were no longer around. You do the math.
Actually, I think the DJ was the last one to talk to Matthew that night. Gave him a cigarette or something. I don't know. Her name's Shadow.
I was the last person Matt talked to before he left the fireside that night. He came up to me and he's like, hey Shadow, and I was like, hey man, you getting ready to leave? And he's like, yeah man, and all that. But as we were talking, I noticed these like two guys, like they were looking out at him, them looking at him, and he was looking back at them. And like we talked for like a good 10 minutes. And I noticed like they were getting all worried, you know, like anxious to leave. So like I noticed when they left. They left in a pickup truck, a small black pickup truck. And the three of them sat in the front. Matthew sat in the middle. I mean, I didn't think nothing of it at the time. I mean, I didn't know them guys was gonna